This is an RGB video light panel, and for the most part it's pretty good, and it costs less than $50. In this video I will go over all the features it has, and also I will reveal a hidden menu that for some reason the manufacturer did not reveal that or did not mention that on the manual itself. I also sent them an email asking about these features and they never got back to me. So this is the Viltrox RB10. It is RGB video light, and also it's a bicolor video light. Let's see what comes in the box. So obviously the light itself comes in the box. It's there is a small Sony battery, a battery charger, an adapter that goes from the light to the stand, and this is a typical Viltrox adapter that can actually swivel, and a diffuser that holds to the light with magnets. Up to about a week ago, the way I used to lit a background was with gels. I have a blue, red, green, and the reason for that, I found RGB video light panel to be still expensive. I mean, 2-3 years ago you could get one, you can get only big ones for $500, $1,000, and about a year ago prices start to go down. I mean, for a small video light panel you could pay $250, and I found it still to be expensive, especially in these days when you have those great deals. You can get a whole light kit for less than $200, and I'm talking about 3 video light panels and 3 stands and a carrying case. And I actually reviewed one a few weeks ago and it was mind-blowing. What are you getting for and what are you paying for? Relatively, I felt like $130, $140 is still expensive. And especially when I saw on NAB 2019, Aperture introduced their new RGB light, and it's a small factor. It looks like exactly like their Omron, maybe a little bit bigger, and has a built-in battery, and it has all kind of effects like police light effects and fireplace effects and TV effects, and it will work with the remote control, Wi-Fi, and all the goodies. And the cost will be, I believe, $89 or maybe $79. So, in that in mind, I didn't want to go and invest $250 or maybe even $150 on a LED panel. Now, about a week ago, I found the Viltrox, and I felt like, hey, this is a great compromising for what you're getting and for what you're paying. So the Viltrox RB10 is RGB video light, and it's also a bicolor video light panel. It has 64 tungsten and 64 daylight LEDs and 14 RGB LEDs. Let's go over the features. It's made out of plastic. It's pretty light. Obviously, it does not have fan. On-off switch. It has the battery tray, release battery tray, power supply inputs, means that you can actually power that with a power supply. Now, power supply is not included, but you can get one for, I think, $5-6 on eBay or Amazon. And then this one is a selector and a dimmer, and of course the standard Viltrox display. So let's turn it on and we'll go over the function it has. We have the indication of the intensity, and it goes from 100% all the way to 20%, and this is typical Viltrox light, all of them minimum going down to 20%. It has the better indicator, and if you press one more time, then the Kelvin change, and the Kelvin goes from 3300 all the way to 5600. Now, in order to get to the RGB light, you're gonna have to press in the selector until you get to the RGB. The colors goes from 0 all the way to 299, which is altogether 300 colors. In order to see the entire spectrum, click in and you'll see the RGB cycle from 0 to 299. If you see any light that you like during this cycle, just press in and it will stop. You can also change the cycle speed of the RGB spectrum. Goes from 1 to 6. 6 is the fastest and 1 is the slowest. Now there's also indication, there's also a number as a reference number of the specific color. So in this case, this pink color is 32, so you can always write it down, you know, if this is a light color that you want to use in the future. There's no way to preset those colors, and I did not expect that. This is a $44 light panel. Now, one thing this light does not have, you cannot change the intensity of the RGB light. So if you had to put it really close to a feature, a book, or even put it underneath of a light shed, it might be overexposed. But as I said before, I found a hidden menu, and the hidden menu actually control the intensity of the light. It goes from 30 to 0, but it's actually not 30 to 0. It's about 5 clicks dims down. And in order to get to this menu, what you're going to do is turn off the light, hold down the selector dimmer, then turn on the light, double click, and you'll get to a new menu. First one is A1, and this is the tungsten lights, and it says 30 to 0, but it's not even. All it is about I think 5 clicks, and then it's dim all the way down, and it says 25. It's not even reaching to a 0. Next click will be daylight. Next click will be the red light. So there's a red, green, and blue. It does not have the entire RGB spectrum. But it's better than nothing, I assume. After that, you'll have the full intensity of the daylight, tungsten light, and red, blue, and green, which is really not necessary. So it's not much, but it's something. I tested the RGB light to see how long this small battery gonna hold, and I was surprised to see 4 hours. I did the same with the bicolor, and it was about 2 hours. Second test is about flickering. I tried 24p and also 30p. Shutter speed 60 all the way to 250. I did not see any flickering, but you will be the judge. Last test was exposure and light intensity. I started with 400 ISO f2.0, and this was not without a diffuser. Right after that, I used an umbrella, and again 400 ISO f2.0, 600 ISO f2.0, and 1000 ISO 2.0, and you can see the 1000 is overexposed, and I was about 5 feet away from the light. So that's about it. This is the review of the Viltrox RB10 RGB video light. I think it's a great light for the money, $44. By the way, I left the link below for this light in the description. If you found this video informative, like the video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.